I suppose stepping back to some of the points you before, how important is the behavioural aspect? So, be it around confidence or appetite for risk or culture, or being working with a safe environment. There's all these other factors. So, totally agree with 100% everything you said. Data is there to be narrated and shown, right? But you need to have the ability to interrogate it and ask it the right questions to tell.
Correct.
You need to be in an environment where that story will be received and understood, or have the confidence in your own element or abilities to say, right, the story I've told therefore leads me to the conclusion of ABC equals, that's my plan, that's my strategy, right? So how art and science are great, but where's the people? Where's the person?
So if any CMO is lucky enough to be on the board, and unfortunately, in my case I was, great. Unfortunately, in a lot of organisations, they are still not at that. They don't have a seat at the table, and I think that makes it difficult. And arguably, Mirza, that's where the behavioural piece becomes even more important, because if one isn't physically at that table, or as we are now, virtually part of that conversation, the behavioural piece is absolutely critical, i.e., I have confidence in my plan, which is X, Y, Z. I have confidence in my plan because of ABC. The reason I have confidence is, and actually proving historical ROMI, return on marketing investment, with gravitas, and knowing that inside out is, as I say, arguably even more important if you're not in the room, because one of two things will then happen. Somebody who thinks they understand marketing, who is sat at that table, will sort of fob it off, and therefore your contribution, or the contribution on your behalf, is shunted further and further down the priority list, and often therefore doesn't end up being discussed. If you do have a seat at the table, the behavioural piece is absolutely key, which is often, unfortunately, batting off the, oh, here we go, they're going to talk about which bit of colouring in are you going to talk about today? And I can see where that's come from, because, part of a marketer's job is about creating beautiful collateral for sales. That might also include branded merchandise. So if the perception of marketing's contribution is, well, they do gorgeous golf umbrellas and mugs for me, it's fantastic, then we lose a fighting battle, and marketing is therefore seen as OPEX potentially, rather than a level of key investment. So being able to own that conversation internally, I think, is absolutely critical, and keeping people's attention.